Okay, now let us get into this evidence. Now, our credible source is telling us that Ian McKellen joins March for LGBTQ equality in Commonwealth countries. In other words, black countries, right? It says that Sir Ian McKellen has joined a march against the criminalization of LGBTQ people in Commonwealth countries, calling it an appalling situation. The Lord of the Rings stars and activists joined protesters in central London on Saturday to highlight laws in 29 Commonwealth countries where same-sex relation remains illegal. In 6 of these countries, LGBTQ people face life imprisonment, while Uganda and Nigeria still carries the death penalty. Okay. What happens in these people's country, it is their business. You're in your country, you're in Europe, you're in America. You go by the laws that are in America. When you go to the Middle East and in parts of Africa, if they say this thing is illegal, it is illegal. Why is it such a problem to bully people, to force people to accept a lifestyle that is not a part of their cultural fabric? Why? Why is it so important? If these people want to practice being LGBTQ, they should leave. Simple. Leave and go to a country where you are free to be who you want to be. Everyone has a right to choose. The African countries and the Islamic countries, they have their rights to choose. In Europe, you have your right to choose. Right? You choose to live free. You choose to accept this thing. It's up to you. It's your country. It is your right. When you go to Nigeria, when you go to these Islamic countries, you've got to obey and respect the rules of their land. Why is it such a problem to these people? Why is it that they are constantly trying to bully people to accept this lifestyle? Why? When we all know that this thing is a curse. It's a curse. Because a nation that doesn't stand with the Most High is a nation that is destined to fail. A lot of you might say, oh, well, these African countries like Uganda, Nigeria, they are not doing too well. Understand, life is going to get supernatural really fast. Those angels locked up under the river Euphrates, they're getting ready to be released. And these so-called aliens who are nothing more than demons, they will be turning up. So you'll get to see them in real time. But they cannot enter every and any land. When these supernatural events start happening, it will only happen in parts of the world, not everywhere. And these powers, they understand. They understand and they know what time it is. And that is why it is so important for them to bully countries to accept gross debauchery that goes against the Most High. Because these people won't have any protection when life becomes really supernatural. Right? It is all part of their plan. I'm telling you, we wrestle not with flesh and blood. This is indeed a spiritual war. And people, just as how the LGBTQ plus individuals want respect, right? You want respect? Well, respect others for not wanting to be a part of your way of life. They're giving you the respect for you to live your freedom, live your choice, live in your truth. But you have a problem when they decide they don't want to be a part of this. Why? This is very one-sided. And this bully culture where they're trying to bully and force people to bow before the golden calf of the LGBTQ, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Right? People, we're living in a spiritual war. Pay attention and understand. We need to stand in integrity. Right? Each their own. But as for me and my house, we're standing with the Most High. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.